I have a little baby. Oh, hi, honey. So I'm a father to a little 4-month-old daughter. Her name is Cambry, and she's pretty cool. And the truth is, I'm really excited to play some toddler hide and seek with her here in a couple of years. And you know how it goes. Toddlers have no idea what's going on with hide and seek, and I start counting. I'm like 1, 2, and will just be sitting there looking at me, kind of smiling, and I'll be like, "You're supposed to go hide." And so you say, "Okay, maybe this time like try hiding behind the couch or something." And sure enough, you're at 7, 8, 9, and you look and you don't see her, and you kind of start prancing around. "Where are you?" And you hear this little giggle from behind the couch, and she pops up and she's like, "Right here." And then something happens. I imagine she'll turn like 8, 9, maybe some of us like 11, 12, and all of a sudden she goes from hiding to be found to hiding to just vanish, to disappear. And we'll be playing, 20-minute long games of hide and seek. 119, 120. She's like up in the attic, hopefully still giggling, totally out of sight, gone. And that's the truth for all of us. At some point in our lives, we go from hiding to be found to hiding to disappear. And our story tonight has to do with this tendency, or has to deal with this tendency in all of us to have what we call the hidden heart. The story is really cool because of 2 things. It's simple, it's short, and a third bonus, it's meaningful. And so we're gonna read it right here. And we don't have your verse or your story pre-prepared. It's like actually flipping to it. Boom. So this woman has 10 silver coins and loses 1. Doesn't she light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls her friends, her neighbors together and says, "Rejoice with me, I have found my lost coin." In the same way, I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. First and foremost, I so appreciate that this story reminds us, this woman reminds us that the one hidden coin out of the 10 is worth searching for. We live in this culture of abundance where we just have and have. And if we had 10 coins and lost 1, we'd be like, "Sweet, I have 9 coins. I have a 90%. That's like an A-. Who's not fine with an A-? It's not a great A, but it's still an A. And we take our 9 coins and call it good. But not this woman. She lights her lamp, she sweeps. She tears up the house to find the one hidden coin. I remember when I was younger, we went to the Denver Zoo and I found this sick-looking owl figurine, this owl figurine, jagged edges, and it was really cool, and I played with it all the time. But one morning I woke up and the owl wasn't on my bedside table, and I remembered like, oh yeah, I took a bath last night and I think I dropped the owl in the corner with the towel. And so I went in the bathroom, where I was all, rub-a-dub-dub with the owl in my tub. We can get rid of that. I looked in the corner and there's a towel but no owl, and I was like, wait, maybe I got in trouble, my mom took it. So I asked my mom downstairs and I was like, "Mom, did I do something wrong? Did you take the owl?" And she goes, "No." And so I go back upstairs to my room. It's not there. I look in the bathroom again. It's not there. And I remember distinctively thinking, well, I'm sure it'll turn up. And then my mind said, and if it doesn't, I'm sure I'll find something else. Imagine if God thought about us like that. If he was like, "Oh, Colin, his heart's hidden from me. Okay, I'll kind of search him. It's all right. I have 7 billion other little humans just like him in the world. If I lose 1, if his heart stayed hidden from me, what's the matter? I still have 6,999,999,999 left." I don't think that's right. Imagine it this way. This little kid has this legit Lego set, like 4 tubs, and one little Lego piece is missing. It's a little 2-pronged piece, and all of a sudden his mom walks into his room and he's just tearing up the carpet, searching for this little Lego piece in his gigantic collection. And she goes, "Oh my, what are you doing?" "I'm looking for my Lego piece." "We can replace that Lego piece. Don't tear up the carpet. We can buy a whole new set for the cost of tearing up the carpet." "Mom, I know this Lego piece does not have much meaning to you, but it's mine, and I will not lose it. I will shine a flashlight in every dark corner of this house. I will tear up every piece of carpet until I find this Lego piece, because I bought that Lego piece with my life, and I will not lose it. That's our God. The other thing I really appreciate about this story is that it just straight up says that the woman loses the coin. That means that when she finds it, she's not going to be like, bad coin, how could you do that? How could you roll off the table along the baseboards into some dark little crevice of the house and be hidden from me? If you do that again, I swear you're not going to be in my collection anymore. No. It literally tells us she rejoices with her neighbors. She tells everybody that she found her coin. Why? Because a dark corner of the house is no place for this silver coin to live its life. This coin's supposed to be in her collection, where she can use it in the world. That's God with our hearts. That's the kid with the Lego set. Our hearts have no business living their lives in the shadows where we're trying to cover up and hide these experiences, these events, these emotions, these choices. God wants to draw our hidden hearts out of the shadows into his light and back to him. Just like the woman brings the coin back to her collection and she can use it again, God wants to bring our hidden hearts back to him so he can use us to bless the world. When I was 5 years old, I graduated kindergarten, whatever that means. And the week before graduation, we had one of the last recesses of the year. And just like any recess, I walk out and I see the playground and I see the monkey bar challenge and I see, where I can go play basketball, and then I see my friends kind of farting around in the field. So I'm like, okay, I'll go fart around. And I'm on my way there and this girl stops me and my mind's like, alert, alert. And she looks at me and she goes, hi, Colin, do you want to go play Aladdin? And I'm like, oh yeah, Aladdin's cool. Sure, let's do that. So she starts running off towards the playground, and just like any playground, ours has like the suspended floor. It's raised up, and then underneath is like the dark center of the playground where the mulch is that you use for your games and caves and everything. Well, she immediately goes there, and I'm digging into the mulch underneath the playground with her, and I'm like, oh, sweet. We're doing that part in Aladdin where Aladdin goes into that mountain hole thing and finds Genie and finds the lamp. So we're getting close to the center darkness of the playground, and I'm like, do you think we've found the lamp yet? And she says, no, silly. We already have the lamp. We're at the part where Jasmine and Aladdin kiss. And my heart sinks. I actually remember the feeling, because that year was the year my parents had a couple serious conversations with me, and they let me know that kissing and that a big word called sex are things that one day when you're an adult and married that you might do. But until then, we wait. And I was like, okay, so that's like until I'm 100. And here I am at 5 years old. This girl's looking at me in the darkness of the playground with her lips puckered, ready to kiss me. So her eyes are closed, and I'm like, I think this is my chance out. And I go to move, and she grabs my arm. And she says, pucker your lips. And so I close my eyes, pucker my lips, and boom, she kisses me. And instantly I'm like, how am I going to tell my dad? And then, I don't know, that transition happened. I know that it's my destiny to be with my dad, to belong. And yet, already, I was hiding, even at 5 years old, hiding this event. A week later, we're driving to Texas to visit some family, and usually on a road trip, I'm playing my Game Boy, reading a book, just looking at the scenery, but not this time. Already, in my little 5-year-old heart, I'm shaking. I'm hiding this event that happened the week before. I'm hiding it in my heart. And in my mind, I'm saying, I can't share, I need to share, I can't share. And I have no idea how much time passes, but eventually my dad leans over while we're driving. He goes, hey, bud, you seem like there's something on your mind. Do you want to share with me? And how profound that God used my dad in that moment to draw the event that was hiding in my heart out into the open, to prod me to share. Just like the woman found a lamp and shined it in the dark corners of the house to find the coin. And just like the kid started tearing up the carpet to find the Lego piece, God used my dad to draw out this event into the light. And immediately I just burst. I just go, Dad, I know, I'm so sorry. And super quick pause. I was a little confused on my vocabulary. I'm not trying to make light of this word. I just didn't really know what I was saying. And he asked me, Colin, what do you need to share with me? And I go, Dad, I'm so sorry. I had sex. On the highway, kid you not, pulls over to the side and goes, you what? Dad, I didn't mean to. This little girl wanted to play Latin, and I thought she meant the part where we find the lamp, but she meant the kissing part, and then all of a sudden she kissed me, and I'm sorry, I had sex. And my dad's looking at me, and he smiles at this point because he realizes what's going on. And he says, hey, Colin, you didn't have sex. His next line's like Dad of the Year award in action. Remember when we throw the football? You know how we throw the football? Just because we throw the football around, does that mean we've played an entire football game? No. Well, it's like that with kissing and sex. Just because somebody's kissed you doesn't mean that you've had sex. What? You'll learn about it one day. Just know that you didn't have sex. And sometimes kissing happens, and that's okay. I just want you to know you didn't do anything wrong. I love you, and I'm so glad that you shared with me. And within moments, my heart went from feeling the burden of hiding this event from my dad to just light, to peace, to breathing. And he hands me a book, and he's like, let's keep driving. And I open it, and I'm back with my dad. Tonight's application is simple, and sometimes that's the hardest. It's two things. Number one, what is God trying to draw out of your hidden heart? What events, what experiences, what emotions, what thoughts, what choices is God trying to draw out of your hidden heart into the light? When I was 5, that secret kissing event with the Jasmine girl, God drew that hidden event out of my life. When I was in middle school and I was having a lot of anxiety with my parents' divorce and with who am I, God drew that out of my heart. When I was in high school and I tore my ACL and I had this anger just raging inside of me at the world and at God, He eventually drew that hidden emotion out where I had to talk about it and process it. When I was in college and I was making choices that I know weren't good for me, God drew that hidden part of my life out into the light, and I shared, and I was able to seek forgiveness. So number one, what hidden experiences, events, emotions, choices, thoughts is God trying to draw out? And then number two, who is He trying to use to do it? I feel pretty confident that someone else trusted in your life will be part of God drawing out our hidden hearts. Your hidden heart, my hidden heart. He's used people at every stage of my life. My dad, when I was younger, when I was in middle school, he used a counselor and my parents. When I was in high school, He used friends and my family and another counselor. When I was in college, God used, again, friends, a couple mentors, and my family, where I had to share and come into the light with some of these choices I was making. Who is He trying to use in your life? Is it a parent? Is it a sibling? Is it a friend? Is it a mentor? Is it a youth leader? And what's hidden in your heart? Is God trying to ask you, is He trying to draw out something that happened in middle school last year that you haven't shared at all? Are you having a lot of questions about who you are and what you believe in that you haven't shared with anyone, that's just swirling around in your hidden heart? Do you have anger that you haven't shared about? Maybe there's a choice that you've been making that you know has been hurting yourself, or maybe even somebody else. And it's been a while since you've shared that. Or maybe nobody knows. And God is saying, in the shadows there, where that choice is hidden, that is no place for your heart to live. Bring it into the light. And you will find life. And you will be mine once again. 2 final verses that have spoken a lot to me, and then we'll wrap up. Verse number 1, it's Psalm 139, 23 and 24, one of my favorite. It says, search me, O God, and know my heart. Imagine if we actually ask God to draw out our hidden hearts, to say, search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's any offensive way in me and lead me in the way everlasting. Some of you tonight are ready to actually say, God, what is hidden in my heart? I want you to search it and I want you to lead me out. That's verse 1. Verse 2 is Matthew 11, 28 through 30. It's spoken to me throughout my whole life. It says, come to me, Jesus is talking, he says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. When our hearts are hiding in the shadows with certain choices or emotions or experiences that we haven't shared, that are hidden from other people, from God, that is a burden. I felt so much weight when I shared with my dad in the car, and I know you do too. And Jesus is saying, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. So God's saying, is your heart hidden? Bring what's in it to me. And then he says this, for my yoke is easy, like an egg, and it's not like an egg, but my yoke is easy and my burden is light. When we let God draw out our hidden hearts and we share with trusted people in our lives, we feel light again. But not only that, God shines his light. That's the burden. He has to shine light on the hidden areas of our hearts, or we can't know life. Certain people, not everybody, but certain trusted people have to see into that choice that we made a couple weeks ago, into what happened last year in middle school, into the anger that we feel. We have to have light shining into these hidden areas of our hearts in order for us to know life with God.